Hello everyone, today we are going to talk about human behavior, under that normal and abnormal behavior and lifespan perspective of human development. Normality and abnormality. So before understanding what is normality, we need to know what abnormality is. To most people, abnormality is described as being different from other people, or in other words, it is seen as different from what is recognized as normal or unusual in society. Different society have their own set standard of behavior and attitude, so anything would fall outside the set criteria would be considered abnormal or psychologically referred to as a deviation from social norms. So abnormality means each and every society have its own culture, value, and or we can say the standard of behavior and attitude. So the people who is not following this standard of behavior or attitude normally falls under the category of abnormality. If you're looking abnormality in the perspective of a society, we cannot say that there is a universal definition for abnormality because the standard of behavior and attitude of culture is different from each and every society. So we can check another theory of abnormality. So it is says that, or it can be explained by referring to people who deviate from statistical norms. So this definition group people together based on certain measured characteristics, and it put this information into a distribution pattern to classify whether people fit into average or where they fall outside the average. Say for example, if we are taking the example of intelligence quotient, if intelligence quotient were measured, the result would show that on average most people would fall around the middle, and people who scored low measurement for intelligence quotient is considered as abnormal. So here the determinants is actually the statistical norms for abnormality. And psychologists do have an overall assumption of how mental health, gender, and cultural issues are referred to statistically. Though there are several factors of mental health problems, there is some such anxiety or depression which are statistically considered to be normal human condition, whereas if one is clinically recognized, the severe anxiety or found to be clinically depressed can be described as someone with a mental disorder, which is abnormal in a statistical sense. And another definition would refers to those people whose behavior is maladaptive or dangerous. And this look at the effect of behavior problem either to be the well-being of an individual or any social group. Moving on to lifespan's perspective of human development, it is actually categorized into prenatal period, infancy, babyhood, childhood, puberty, adolescence, and adulthood. So now we can check prenatal development stage. So the development of a person begin much before his or her birth, and the stage of development before birth is prenatal developmental stage. And the sperm from father unites with a cell called egg or ovum in the mother. So the sperm enters into a layer of wall surrounding the egg and unites with it, and this process is called fertilization or conception. As a result, a cell is produced which is called zygote, and this is how life begins. Prenatal development composed of three stages. First stage, the period of zygote, that is from fertilization to end of 2 weeks. Second one, period of embryo, 2 weeks to 2 lunar month. Third one, period of fetus, end of 2 month to till birth. So there are certain factors which influences during prenatal stages. First one, maternal nutrition. So in order to grow, the fetal needs nutrients which in turns come from mother, and mother dietary intake must be balanced. So the care must be given to include vitamins and minerals, water, protein, fat, and not carbohydrates alone. Vegetables, green leaves, seasonal fruits, pulse, egg, meat, or fish provided diet adequate for the baby and mother. Second one, maternal age. Between the age of 21 to 29 year is the ideal age of the mother to have children. And below this bracket, the mother is too immature physiologically and psychologically with a high risk of infant death. And beyond 30, risk of incidence of mental retardation and other genetical abnormality is very high. So moving on to third factor, rest and exercise of the mother. These are essential especially during pregnancy. And when the mother is tired and overworked, the fetal activity increases and beyond limit it can cause stillbirth or irritability of the child. At the same time, mother must have adequate exercise. Next one, addictions. If the mother is addicted to alcohol, cigarette or drug, the waste material is passed on to the fetus. So the risk of irritability, low birth weight or prematurity, even stillbirth or child being born with addiction are very high. Next one, maternal disease. The disease of mother can significantly affect the fetus, especially during the initial critical time during pregnancy. AIDS and other sexually transmitted diseases can cause miscarriage as well. Next one, maternal stress. When the mother has emotional problem, tension and anxiety, blood supply to the fetus is not adequate but it is diverted. Therefore, the growth is hindered and this also can result in prematurity, stillbirth or the child being irritable. So the second development stage is called as infancy. So the fetus now in a drastically different environment and further development depend on how well she or he can adjust. So normal newborn let out a lusty cry which signal that the newborn now breathe on its own and the lungs that have been inactive get filled and that make the baby cry. However, if there is any delay in the birth cry, it means that the baby is not breathing and this delay can affect the oxygen supply to the brain and if not restarted, the child may be retarded or even die. And the weight of the newborn must be noted. Average birth weight is around 2.5 kg, below which it is called as low birth weight. Characteristics of infancy. Infancy is the shortest of all developmental stage. Since the environment changes are drastic, the infant need to make radical adjustment. There is a slight weight loss during infancy, which also considered as plateau in development or stagnation. Infant's adjustment is also an indication or preview of future development. There are several hazards or danger facing the infant, and these hazards are physical and psychological in nature. And getting adjusted to the new environmental conditions such as respiratory, digestive and vascular function themselves become threat for the infant. Next one, babyhood. Development during babyhood is the foundation for the development during the entire lifespan. And during babyhood, rapid physical and intellectual development takes place as evidenced by increasing in height, weight and body proportion. And socialization begins during babyhood as the baby shows increasing desire to be a part of the social group of the family and extended the basic relation with the mother or mother substitute to others as well. And sex role typing begin during babyhood. Boys and girls are dressed sex appropriately and are used treated in subtle different ways. Culturally relevant sex appropriate clothes, games, behavior or even interaction are gradually brought in. Physical development babyhood. Rapid growth take place during babyhood. Height and weight increases. The birth weight is doubled by 4 months and tripled by 1 year. On average, the height of the baby at 4 months is 23 to 24 inches and at 1 year 28 to 30 inches and by 2 years 32 to 34 inches. Social smile, which is response to recognizing a face, is the first clear milestone which happened around 2 months. And at 6 months it can roll over completely and the baby begin to pull the body to a sitting position and sit up without support around 8 months. And he or she learned to stand with support by 11 months and without support for longer time around a year. Also, he or she can learn to walk with support initially and without support around 14 months. And these milestones which indicate movement and are also called as motor development. So the motor skill of a baby are not integrated initially, but when they are integrated later, they are of importance of the baby and its developing personality. Speech development in babyhood. As the baby develops, the important bridge into the world of others is also developed in the form of speech with aid communication. It has two aspects. receptive speech to understand what others are communicating, and expressive speech to make oneself understood. The baby begins to babble or produce several sounds, then she moves on to the stage of monosyllables, and which gives way to two syllable stage. Before 2 years, the baby speaks with words made of two syllables in a sentence which typically has no grammar. Emotional and social development in babyhood. Babyhood emotions such as joy, affection, curiosity, fear, and anger are often expressed explosively and are out of proportion to the stimuli. They are also short lived. These emotions get conditioned or established much more in later life. Begin with a social smile. Baby learn to respond to the social environment and are the foundation of the social skill valued greatly in later years. Personality development. The personality of the individual already begins to take shape. The core of the personality, namely the self concept, is formed. Other personality traits are strengthened or weakened depending on interaction with environment, which are called as quantitative changes, and the root of these can be observed during babyhood. Hazards in babyhood. There are several hazards the baby need to overcome. Physical hazards range from mortality as in cot or crib death or due to the various illness, accidents or malnutrition. Psychological hazards include delay in motor or speech development and their subsequent disadvantages. Delay in development hinders social relation and in turn become a threat to emotional development. Moving on to social hazards. Social hazards are lack of opportunities and experience to learn to become social. And hazards in personality development result because self-concept is largely mirror image of what babies believe significant and people in their life think of them. Unfavorable attitude reflects in resentfulness, negativism or withdrawal behavior from parent and others, therefore can cause damages to the developing personality. So these are the major points for today's class. For the next class, which means tomorrow, I will take the remaining classes. For analyzing previous year question, I will make a separate part from human behavior.